You've seen the ads, you've heard the memes, maybe you've even bragged about your CRED score. But what if I told you the company behind all that hype has a massive, kind of crazy secret? Today, we're decoding the CRED Paradox, how a startup can build one of India's most powerful brands while, losing thousands of crores.
And look, this isn't some insults. It's literally the heart of their story. It's a label CRED has totally earned by becoming this household name, this exclusive club that everybody wants to get into. The catch? Their balance sheet is just bleeding red ink. So how is that even possible? We are talking about a serious amount of money, over 3,500 crore rupees. That's more than 400 million US dollars in total losses. It's a staggering number. And yet, the smartest investors out there, the VCs, are lining up to give them more money. The real question is, what on earth do they see that we don't? To get that, we have to go back in time.
So let's rewind a bit, back to a world before those super slick ads. A time when paying your most important bill was, well, a complete and total afterthought.
Before CRED came along, paying your credit card bill was just a chore. You'd have to find your way through some clunky bank website, punch in all your details, and that was it. No reward, no thank you, nothing. It was this completely neglected experience, especially for India's most trustworthy customers. It was a huge opportunity, just sitting there, waiting for someone to make it fun.
And that's exactly where CRED stepped in. See, they didn't just build another payment app. They built an entire experience, a completely new way of thinking about your bills.
So how'd they pull it off? Well, this is their secret sauce. First up, exclusivity. You couldn't just join CRED, you had to have a high credit score. That made it an aspirational club from day one. Second, they gamified the whole thing. All of a sudden, paying your bill earned you coins and cool rewards, turning a boring task into a game. And finally, of course, those ads. The ones that had everyone in the country asking, wait, what is CRED? And wow, this number shows you just how well that formula worked. CRED now processes over 50,000 crore rupees in credit card payments every single year. They totally captured the imagination and the wallets of India's most premium audience. But, and this is a big but, all of this incredible growth came at a mind-boggling cost. All right, so we've seen the success, the brand, the scale. Now, let's peel back the curtain and look at the numbers that have everyone scratching their heads. Yep, that's the reality. CRED has been losing over 1,000 crore rupees per year. Think about that. For every single rupee they earn in revenue, they spend way, way more on marketing and rewards. So you have to ask, are they just really bad at business? It's the question on everyone's mind, right? How can a business that's losing so much money be valued at billions of dollars? Is this all just smoke and mirrors? There's this old joke in the startup world that you sell $1 for 50 cents, but you make up for it in volume. On the surface, CRED's strategy kind of looks like that. They are absolutely, intentionally spending more than they make. But unlike the joke, there's a very calculated reason why. See, the losses aren't a mistake, they're an investment. CRED isn't playing for short-term profits. They're playing a long, super expensive game to build something much, much more valuable. And here it is, the 3-step plan. First, spend whatever it takes to build a brand that people are absolutely obsessed with. Second, use that brand to attract the most valuable, credit-worthy users in the country and gather all that juicy data. And finally, once you have their trust and attention, that's when you start selling them other high-margin stuff. Loans, insurance, luxury goods. The bill payment app is just the front door to a much bigger mall. This whole strategy is about building what investors call a moat. And just like a real moat protects a castle from attackers, a business moat protects a company from competition. For CRED, their brand and their exclusive user base are their moat. It's incredibly expensive and really, really hard for anyone else to copy. So what can we all learn from this absolutely wild ride? Well, founder Kunal Shah's Playbook offers some pretty powerful, if unconventional, lessons for anyone interested in business and strategy. Here's the playbook we can learn from. Lesson 1. Brand doesn't equal profit, at least not at first, but brand absolutely equals power and influence. Lesson 2. Focus on distribution. Owning that relationship with the best customers is your strongest first advantage. And lesson 3, and this one's key. Burn cash for attention, but only if you have a clear plan for how you're going to make it back later. So that's the CRED story.
a high-stakes bet that building an obsessive brand is way more valuable than making a quick profit. Which kind of brings the whole question back to you.
Seriously, think about it. Do you really care about a company's balance sheet if their app gives you a great experience and awesome rewards? Who else do you see doing this, putting brand obsession over profits? Let us know what you think down in the comments.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We drop new Indian business stories every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6:30 p.m. sharp. अगर वीडियो पसंद आया तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब करें। हर मंगलवार, गुरुवार, शनिवार और रविवार को 6:30 बजे नए वीडियो मिलेंगे, सिर्फ Finologix पर।
You've seen the ads, you've heard the memes.